Okay, so basically I just wanted to get a little synopsis about the show. I kind of read up on it, but I want to kind of get your take on it. Either of
So
you.
good last time.
I love that you're working together, by the way.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
great.
love that I work with her too. It's my favorite. She's my favorite co-star.
Oh my gosh.
So, go ahead.
Okay, well, when I tell people about Salvage Marines, I just kind of talk to them about, you know how the thing you're most scared of happening in our country? What if it happened? Like the corporations own us. Mm-hmm. We're born with this debt that's passed on throughout our family, and the only way to change your station is to go and die for the corporations. Go to the front lines of salvages. And so that's what our characters do. It's just you're born into an unfortunate place, and you don't want to leave your children in the same mess you were left in. So you risk your life for it.
That is amazing. Like, it sounds really good. We didn't unfortunately get to watch the screeners, so no, but it turns out that I think it's in the email, cool. Way at the bottom. So we're gonna watch it tonight because I'm super excited about
I can't
it.
wait for you to see it. So far, the press reaction has been for me, which is wonderful for us. Is that they've been going, I love it. Love the first 2 episodes. I can't wait for the rest of it. I'm like, well, July 28th on Popcorn Flicks, you can watch it for free.
Thank you for plugging it because I was going to ask you to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited about it. I don't know how they make money because they're doing it for free, but that's on them. I'm excited that they believe it so much. They brought us down here for it. To have the people that are releasing your the platform that's releasing your series, to have them this excited is just such a compliment to everything that we put into it and we do. It's just so thrilling. Because we're such a little thing, we're not like a big studio where we have all these other things. This is like a throwback to like Star Trek or the original Doctor Who. Farscape, yeah. Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, all these things that I loved. This is like a kickback to that. Because what drove those things for me was the story and the relationships. Mm-hmm. And now I think we've even improved on that with it. So it's been, relationships in this are real. Everybody's real. And we're, no matter what race or sex or whatever we believe in, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. We're all born into servitude.
Right. So. And I was actually going to ask you about that because we've obviously seen you during the convention, and with everyone, the cast that was with you guys all seem like a very tight-knit group, like family. Yeah. How important is that of a dynamic when you're working on a show or a movie to really capture the emotions?
And I wish it was more of the case. A lot of times when you're doing a film or TV show, you become a family anyhow with the people. The advantage we had on this one was these people were our friends before. So these were people that we all put in. And so this became, it was already our family. So we didn't, that family you get as a film, we got that, but we already had it. So it was just like, everything happened. People came in, Shane Graham, who was in The Sun, came up to one time and we're just doing a scene and, I'm just sitting there and he comes up and says,
Pry Bar has resting murder face.
Pry Bar, what's up with your resting murder face? And I'm sitting there going, and I didn't break character, but it's so funny because, he put this in there and it's just, we really go off with people. He goes, Casper, you look like you're going to kill everybody every time you just sit there. I go, what do you mean? I'm thinking nice unicorn rainbow thoughts right now and Skittles. And he's like, no, it looks like you want to kill everybody. And I go, So
that's really good. It really does seem like, you guys have a close-knit family with this group. And, I think that really does help, really sell what you guys are really trying to do.
When I read it originally, of course, I could tell that the writer, Sean Michael Argo and Raphael Jordan, were Starship Troopers fans. I also knew Raphael, so I already knew he was. I knew he was because he was at my Starship Troopers 3 panel, my Starship Troopers 20-year panel. I mean, he's been at so many different things, so he's just a friend.
Yes.
So I already knew he was. But looking at all these, what was I saying? I went off on a tangent. Seeing everybody, I lost my train of thought so bad. Isn't that terrible?
Oh, it happens all the time, so don't even worry about it.
I'll tell you, watching him do interviews after COVID, we got COVID like 3 months ago in Thailand, got trapped in a box in Thailand together where they had to bring us our food at night. And I've watched him interview since COVID, and it's just like things go like this. We have such brain fog.
Yeah, brain fog.
Well, I mean, it's happening to everybody because I was actually nervous. I'm like, I don't know how to do this anymore. And you guys have made it
You're
so easy
doing
right
great.
now. I'm telling you right now, you guys make it so easy. It's like, I feel like I've known you for like forever.
And I know what, and now I remember.
Yay!
See?
Brain fog's
Shane
gone.
comes back in.
So when I was reading this, of course, Starship Troopers remind me of that, and that was great. So I'm reading it, and all of a sudden I'm reading the character Ben Takeda, and I go, Peter Shinkoda. And I call up the director, and I'm like, what do you think of Peter Shinkoda? He goes, oh my God, I love him. Do you think we can get him? I go, I'll call him. So I called up Peter, and I told him about it. He's like, okay, guys, okay, Van Dien, I'll read it. He comes back, he goes, I'm in. He goes, this character is Takeda, so it's a Japanese name, so, but it's never talked about. So race is not talked about, sexism is not talked about, it doesn't matter what you are, we're all equal, we're all the same. And he goes, I love this. He goes, I don't get, he said, as a minority, I haven't gotten this. I usually get, they want me to do the stereotypical thing. He goes, and the thing that I love about this is that nobody's stereotypical. We're all the same. He goes, and he goes, it's really beautiful. And I was like, that touched me so much that he had that experience. And he goes, I haven't been asked to do these things. I always get asked to, something Japanese.
Right.
He goes, I don't get anything else. And I was like, well, I'm glad that's not the case in this one. He goes, no, it's just.
And Peter also said the thing he loves about it. We love Peter, if you can't tell.
Oh no, he's amazing because he actually is really good friends with my friend Chad, and so I've talked to him. No, Osuna. He does podcasts. We actually met Peter at one of the conventions, like around Daredevil time, and so we got to know him. But those two are like peas in a pod. They text each other all the time. I'm like, what the heck?
Peter's the sweetest.
Such a nice person. You all are though, and that's that's what makes this great, is because you love the fandom, you love all of the conventions, everything, and you're really great with your fans.
I love them. They're like friends because they geek out the same way I geek out. So I'm not just an actor. I'm not an actor who's like, oh, don't talk to me. I'm like, yes, let's talk about movies and shows and geeky stuff. And they're like, somebody once asked me when I first was coming to these, they said, well, what do you think about those Comic-Con people? Everybody dressing up. Isn't that weird? And I go, it's what I do for a living. What do you mean is it weird? And they were like, So I don't care.
No. Well, speaking of, do you ever dress up at the
I
conventions?
dress up as Casper Van Dien all the time.
I love
the
it.
Best costume.
You are the most amazing Casper Van Dien
am the
I've
most
ever
amazing.
seen.
Versus how the costume contests at different conventions.
Do
He
you?
crashes it as Casper Van Dien.
I cut in line and they go, wait, I'm going to go ahead of but I'm next. I'm going to go ahead. And they go, okay, Casper. And they go, what are you cosplaying? I go, me. And they go.
I mean, how can you not?
So I do that. But she does Wonder Woman, and she's and other ones too. She's done other ones, but she's awesome. That's what I met when I met her. This is what she looked like. This is the day. This is the first day I met her.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Let's just get right up in there. Oh my God, that's so good.
This is the day I met her. I went, and she goes, I get that a lot.
Oh, I did not.
Oh. Well, I heard that in my head.
No.
Because I was just like, well, good. And I didn't have COVID brain, so I couldn't blame it on that.
Right.
That one I couldn't blame. It was
Yeah.
it was her breasts and her eyes
Somebody help
and
me.
her smile and that outfit.
I mean,
was
he
like,
just loves
what?
you. It's totally fine. But no, it's a great cosplay. You do an amazing job, and I can't
The
wait
best
to
I've
see your
ever seen.
cosplay. So anyway, we'll start wrapping it up because I know you guys have a lot to do. But I did just want to ask, anything super challenging while filming this? Did
Oh my
anything
God.
happen?
Okay, I'm going to talk about her challenging thing. So we were going through the sand dunes and we're running, we're doing all this stuff, and we didn't have stunt doubles, so we're all doing our own. We have one little friend, our girlfriend, Ashley Nunez, is a track athlete. So
Okay.
she's fast. So Peter and I are older, but we're still fit. The young guys are really fit and young. But Ashley was the fastest, and no matter what she did, we were all like running after her. So we run all day, jumping and running up and down these sand hills in the middle of Louisiana, this desert. It's so weird. We're wiped out. It's hot. It's 110 degrees. We have these things. You can only breathe like this. Get done. I'm wiped out. At the end of the day, I'm sitting down next to her dad, who was coming in and played a Reaper for one day, and even he didn't quit. He's like, I had to run because I saw Ashley run, and I was like, we all felt that because he's like, she outmanned all of us.
That is
Outwoman.
hilarious. Wow.
She womanned all of us.
Woman.
Yeah, she totally did. We were all like, oh my God, women why did they have to be this good? But it was the case. So at the end of the day, we're all done. We're all spent. Her dad and I are just sitting there like this at the end. And then they had Jenny, the director goes, okay, I need you to go up that mountain. It's the biggest sand hill in all of this thing. It was like the one that I was like, I'm not, there's no way I'm gonna go up there. And I go to her dad goes, you know, she walks all the way up and then she runs down it, jumps in the tent, she does all this stuff. This is the last shot of the day after us doing a 14-hour day. And she did it 3 times. And her dad goes, oh,
In a helmet
she's amazing.
That doesn't breathe.
Yeah, in the helmet
You can only
that-
breathe out the bottom
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
So they would put the defogger in and then say, all right, go on up. And I'd have to lock myself in because I needed help getting it set and getting the lights right. And then I had to walk up. It was probably about 150 feet up.
Oh my
it was
God.
higher than that. It was huge.
All right, well, I'm really excited to see this then. So,
But then whenever I saw it previewed, I'm like, that could be anyone. I should have just let Nicole Redinger do it. 'Cause Nicole did a lot of my stunts.
yeah.
Like there was like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do all my own stunts. And then they say, okay, you fall off this 2-story building. And I go, oh, Nicole, you got this.
You're more prepared.
She's smart.
Yeah, no, that's very smart.
Smart. I'm the one that just jumped off of buildings.
Yes, he'll say yes. We've had this conversation.
I got to stop. I just did a fall last year, a 2-story fall, and I cracked my.
Doing a backflip off a rail.
I did a back.
The guy was hired there to do it. There was a stunt guy there to do it, but they told us, oh, he's gonna do this in test. It's like, I can do it.
So I did I back off, I flip off and I go like this. My head just missed the railing as I go over, because there's a railing right here. So I had to jump up, I had to launch myself up there, and Chad Michael Collins gave me a little push, but I had to do my whole flip over. And I land, and as they had a phone down there for me to catch in the land, it bounced up and hit me in the jaw. And I had to get a root canal. I had two, one cracked tooth and one root canal I had to do.
And that's when I said,
No
can
more.
we start letting our stunt doubles do their job?
Yeah, and because I was like, oh, it's gonna be so awesome, I'm gonna see that it's me. It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Could have been the real man doing it,
Yeah.
not some actor man. Could have been one of the stunt men. You know, he's a real man. He could have done it.
He doesn't wear makeup.
He doesn't wear makeup. That Casper wears makeup and dresses up. Let the stunt guy do it. That's what we should have done.
But we never do.
No.
Yeah, we never do.
Ego.
Yeah. Well, we all
Well,
got it a
also,
little
slow learner.
bit. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this. We had such a great time. You guys are
so much.
amazing.
Thank you so
Can't wait
much.
to see it. One more time, where to watch.
Popcorn Flicks on the 28th. It is free. It's streaming for free. What
You
else
get
is
Apple
free?
TV, Roku, any smart TV, or just Google it.
Sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.